A very warm good morning to one and all present over here class. Welcome to the digital platform of APS. Now this is Pawan Kumar. Today I will start first lecture of chapter 13 limits. So class, in previous lecture I have completed straight line and now I will discuss today new topic or new chapter, that is limits. So what is limits? What is limits? See. Definition of limits. Definition of limits. So let fx be a function defined in or defined for all values of small x. Consider defined for all x close to c. For all x close to c except possibly at c. Possibly at c. Then L is said to be limit. L is said to be limit of fx as x tends to c. As x tends to c. If the difference between fx and L can be made as small see, as we like by taking x very close to c. Very close to c, but not c, but not equal to c. But not equal to c. That is, we can write limit x tends to c of fx is equal to L. This is the basic definition of limits. See again. First of all, you will consider fx be a function that defined for all values or all x close to c, possibly at c. not equal to C, then L is said to be, L is any number, L is said to be fx as x tends to C if the difference between the fx and L can be made as small, as we like by taking x very close to C but not equal to C. This is the basic definition of limits C. Now, in this statement x tends to C. So, what is the meaning of x tends to C? See, meaning of x tends to C. See, it means x takes values very close to C. Value close to C but not equal to C. X takes value close to C but not equal to C, or x tends to C means x belongs to deleted neighborhood of C. You can write, or x belongs to deleted neighborhood of C, deleted neighborhood of C. Say this, and this one we can write x tends to C mathematically. See, now I will come to the next heading, left hand limit, LHL, LHL of fx. See, LHL of fx. LHL means left hand limit of function, left hand limit of function. So, the function L is said to be, or the number L, the number L is said to be left hand limit of function fx, left hand limit of function fx as x tends to C, as x tends to C through the values less than C, less than C. Now we can say if the difference between if the difference between fx and L can be made as small, can be made as a small quantity, as well as by taking as will or we can write small as taking x closest to C, small as taking x is close or x is very closer to C, x is very close, x is very close to C but not equal to C, but not equal to C. And this is mathematically written limit x tends to C minus f of x is equal to L. This is also the definition of limits. Now left hand limits. Now similarly you will see the right hand limit. Right hand limit. Right hand limit of function. This is the similar definition to the left hand limit. The number L is said to be right hand limit of function. This will be the right hand limit of function. Right hand limit of function as x tends to C through the values C, and greater than C, not less than C, this is greater than C. Greater than C. If the difference between fx and L as made as small, taking x is very close to C but not equal to C, and this is symbolically written as C plus, and this will be equal to limit x tends to C plus f of x is equal to L. This is the right hand limit of function. See. Now I will come to the note points related to limits. Some note points related to limits. See. Some important points related to limits. See, first point is for existence of limit x tends to c fx, fx must be defined for all x, defined for all x in the deleted neighborhood of C. In the deleted neighborhood of C. Now, second point is for the existence of limit x tends to c fx or c minus fx, fx must be defined for all small x in the left deleted neighborhood of C. We can write defined for all x in the left neighborhood or left deleted neighborhood of C. Now, what is third point? Third point is for the existence of limit x tends to c plus fx, fx must be defined for all small x in the right deleted neighborhood of C. Now, see, now come to the fourth point. The fourth point is, see, fourth point is limit x tends to c fx, limit x tends to c minus fx and limit x tends to c plus of fx may exist even if fx is not defined at C. Fx is not defined at C. Hence, the value of f at C, you can say this is irrelevant. And for the existence of limit, now come to the next point. The next point is fifth point. Limit x tends to c if limit x tends to c of fx. If it exists, it's unique. If it exists, is unique. Now sixth point is limit x tends to c of fx is equal to L if limit x tends to c minus fx is equal to L is equal to limit x tends to c plus f of x. Now this is the condition for existence. Thus for the existence of limit x tends to c fx, it is essential that left hand limit of the function that should both exist and right hand limit of the function that is equal to the value of the function at a given point. So these are the 5 points related to limits. All should have to remember these points. Now class, there are so many definition of limits, and this is the basic definition of limits you will see in the first lecture. And now in second lecture you will see standard definition of limits, left hand limits, right hand limits of the given function in second lecture. Now all of you, I hope this point will be clear. The first point was in this some important points. Left hand limit of the function fx, x tends to c f of x, must be defined for all x deleted neighborhood of c. Now second point is for the existence of limit x tends to c minus fx, fx must be defined for all x in the left neighborhood or left deleted neighborhood of c. For the existence of the limit x tends to c plus fx, fx must be defined for all x in the right deleted neighborhood of c. And fourth point is limit x tends to c, limit x tends to c minus f of x, limit x tends to c plus f of x may exist if fx is not defined at c, may exist if fx is not defined at c. This is the fourth point. Now come to the fifth point. The fifth point is limit x tends to c f of x if it exists, if this expression will exist, now it will be unique, and unique will be a number. Then limit x tends to c f of x is equal to L if limit x tends to c minus f of x is equal to L and is equal to limit x tends to c plus f of x. And when you will solve limits and continuity questions, continuity, so this is the existence of limit, the function is continuous and the necessary condition for function to be continuous, this condition I have to apply it here for the given function. Suppose you have a given function and this function is continuous or not, so you will apply this relation. If left hand limit of the function is equal to the right hand limit of the function, that will be equal to the value of the function at a given points. This is the value of the function at a given point, so this is the small number L, and this will be continuous. If left hand limit, right hand limit and the value of the function at a given points will be equal, then this will said to be continuous. Now in second lecture class I will discuss the standard definition of limits, and also left hand limit and right hand limit also by using standard definition. So this topic is totally completed, and you will see the formulas, many formulas in second lecture.